Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! We're live.
Which ones do you want?
Hi, everybody. Welcome everybody to Sunset City, the Sonic podcast for the modern and classic age. Where is Wayne's tombstone? There it is. Okay. So with me today is not Wayne. Wayne isn't here. Wayne is dead. But in all seriousness, he wanted to take a week off because he's just sick of looking at you guys.
So we shot him in the face.
So we did kill him.
There's no leaving Sunset City.
The end
not alive.
Finally came for him, which is a first because no one ever comes for Wayne. So, also, speaking of come, we have Suris.
Wait, immediately demonetized. There it is.
Might as well get it out of the way. It's a formality at this point, you know?
You know what's funny is that technically wouldn't demonetize us, but anyways.
Hey, we don't know. This is. It's a new frontier.
This
ain't Susan country no more.
There's new frontiers of YouTube.
I mean, was her resignation effective immediately, or is it like this gonna we got a transitionary period or something?
I mean, it's already announced that there's a fucking NFT bro taking over, so whatever, it's fine.
It's gonna get worse, guys. It's gonna get way worse.
I can't wait.
Make no mistake. This is not a good thing. This is going to get way worse.
Yep.
But we can still party anyway.
You only thought you didn't like Susan.
I say we treat the new CEO as a separate issue from Susan leaving, so that way we can still at least have a party, even if we know the end is coming.
No, this is one of those bad sitcoms. This is what's going to happen is like things are going to get so bad, and then we're going to show up on Susan's farm while she's, working them crops. I'm like, Susan, we need you back. Is
this gonna be like
I left that life behind? No one's called me Susan for 15 years.
This is gonna be one of those This is gonna be one of those like Majora's Mask things where we all know the moon's coming to kill us, but trust me, the entire city's having a party regardless.
That reminds me, I took a quick video for Pup yesterday at the Goodwill. I gotta upload that soon.
Sure. Okay, so to the left of Suris is it's Gilly, there he is. I got nothing clever to say about you, Gilly.
He's a guest on the show again, it's weird.
Special guest Gilly the Kid.
We just do that every fucking week now.
Yeah. That's exactly.
And,
just like...
Fuck!
Interrupt
me again, Nick? You think this is like your show or
in my
house?
Bro?
So yeah, Nick's also here. Hi.
Call me a respected member of Sunset City.
My dog doesn't have cancer, bitches!
Yep, we have discovered that baby ghost is gonna be A-okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really... I mentioned it on Twitter. I didn't say it anywhere else because I didn't want to fucking talk about it, but yeah.
Hey, Nick. So no cancer, but, can he pee?
Yeah. So it was a very stressful 2.5 weeks because the first immediate thing, if there's like full on blockage, it's probably this thing called TCC, and we thought there was a growth in there, but after a bunch of examinations, like there doesn't seem to be a growth there, but something's going on.
That TCC stood for the crazy cancer, didn't you?
Oh boy, that was a walk, wasn't it, buddy? Anyway.
We got there in the end.
Did somebody say
I just got to get him a leash. We're going on a walk, apparently. Goddamn. No, but like we thought, like the immediate reaction was like, this is cancer. There's like no two ways around it. Like there are only a handful of things complete full blockage of urine is, and likely in dogs his age, it is this particular thing. The examination looked like there was a growth. So yeah. We went for like a good chunk of days there thinking like, well, we just have to prepare for the worst. Like we have less than a year with them. And then it was like, well, it could be a stone. It wasn't a stone. So the likelihood of it being cancer just doubled up. But the other day, we went back in there and apparently it's like, we were like, okay, what if it's not within the urinary tract where the problem is? Because we did, like, we got some... they did a bunch of shit. Like, they went through so many different tests for this because we couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on. And we think it could be, like, spasms because he had a good reaction to that medicine. And after more tests, like, look, there's no growth anywhere. He's peeing now just fine thanks to this medicine, which means, yeah, this was probably due to wiener spasms. I don't know what's going on in there, but like
wiener spasms?
My wife's a vet tech, so she explained it, and she's like, look, we still have to watch everything, obviously, but everything we're seeing here is saying, look, we can safely say this is not TCC. Dog is cancer free. Just scared the shit out of us for 2.5 weeks, so it's fine.
So it's just it's just a normal blockage.
No, it was some spastic thing that was like closing shit up in there for him for a bit, but with his medicine is helping him out now, so he can pee again.
I told you not to shove toilet paper down his fucking pee hole. Anyways, we got other shit to talk about today. So
my favorite punk band, Wiener Spasms.
2P or not 2P.
So Nick, you'll know most about this, given that you're kind of the comic book guy of the group. So IDW Comics, are they canceling Sonic the Hedgehog?
No, I just know how Sonic Twitter is. A bunch of fucking idiot kids that they are. Don't do any research, but there is a thumbnail that is just starting to make its rounds. I think it's from Sonic Theory, and now everyone's saying, "Oh God, are they canceling the IDW series?" And like we had official Sonic folks in the reply saying, "No, it's fine." Like IDW is always just kind of like in financial trouble in general, but as far as things are shown right now, they're not canceling the Sonic series. They're fine.
I've noticed that this happens. This happens a lot. IDW, yeah, like IDW shows its financials. Everybody goes, "Oh my God, they're not doing well. Everything's going to get canceled." And then we get another year of comics, and nothing changes, and it just keeps on going.
Is Sonic Frontiers Sonic's last chance?
Yeah, no, it where it feels like it's just alarmism for the sake of clicks because people are bad at making good content on its own right. That's all I'm saying.
Well, again, I've not. Let me clarify.
Like,
I have not seen the video.
You probably shouldn't drag the guy. Like,
I'm not dragging the guy.
You gotta play the game.
This is a cycle. This isn't just with the one person.
Susan's responsible.
Like, this isn't just the one person. This is a thing that happens with IDW every year.
Let's further clarify. Like, we're not gonna make proclamations without doing further research, but like, clickbaity thumbnails are clickbaity thumbnails. Like, you know what you're doing. We're all content creators. We know what we are doing. So like take a little responsibility there on that end. But also,
key is, though, people actually watch the video. Never take a thumbnail as a substitute for a video.
And do some goddamn research. God damn it. Watchman.
Watch the video. Not the
so
thumbnail.
That is
be the Watchman.
Yeah, that is the little bit of nothing news there, but we got a lot of other weird things to talk about thanks to a very chatty director.
Yeah, since Morio Kishimoto can't shut the fuck up. No, but of course, yes, I do love our Kishimoto overlord. So he's continuing to answer questions from Sonic fans left and right. What a cool dude. One of which has been about 2D sections being implemented in future Sonic games, if we want to start off with that one. Would you rather start with that one or the other one? I've already announced it.
That's the newest one?
We have no choice.
That's the newest one?
We have no fucking choice.
Well, look at that. You manipulating conversation as usual.
Right.
I want to break up, Pup.
Yeah, this is what happens when you get me to introduce against my will. Alright, so...
Introduce is not the same thing as railroad.
There's a lot to pick apart. There's a lot to pick apart.
Fucking favorite family member. There.
And outside of Kishimoto too, though, there is like some news we got just this morning too, though.
Oh, we did.
So we'll get into all that later.
We are not talking about the potatoes, surely.
Well, no, you fucking jackass. No, there's more Sega
a bit much.
Talk about budget and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. That was yesterday. All right, I'll add that to the piss budget.
The P.
All right, the piss.
The pith.
First off, okay, so I don't know. I haven't really fucking done any research on this, but like, great way to start. Someone asked Kishimoto about 2D sections in the fucking 3D Sonic games, and he had this to say: he's gonna try and really improve the 2D sections in the 3D Sonic games in future titles, which implies that they will continue having 2D sections in 3D Sonic games. So, guys, any thoughts on, whether or not you like that shit, or whether you or not, you got any ideas on how to fucking make 2D sections
Do you want us to answer?
Fucking let me finish asking the question then, you prick.
I mean, you asked it 3 fucking times over,
you
man.
Did. I think the best way to improve 2D sections in 3D Sonic games is to remove them. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. They, at their best, feel like shit.
Yeah.
I think at their best, they're bland, boring, nothing wastes of time.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't compare to the original games. Why are we pretending you can still do this?
I don't know. It drives me crazy. It's not. I don't know how you can play something like the old games or Mania or whatever, and then play the 2D sections in the 3D games and be like, yeah, this is like that.
Like, I remember when Unleashed came out and the 2D sections were a fun novelty. They added a decent bit of spectacle to the levels because people who had been very, very pessimistic about Sonic for the longest time, they'd watch you play a level of Unleashed and go, oh, that's different than what I'm used to. That's really cool. Because I used to go to my local card shop and just bring my system and play Sonic Unleashed there. So, like, I'd actually see that happen in real time. People go, oh shit, I thought Sonic was dead. This actually looks really cool. But the more we have these sections in games, it's awkward. The worse they get. Like, those 2D sections just get worse with every new iteration we have. 2, yeah, I think Kelly hit the nail on the head. At their worst, or at their best, they just kind of suck.
I think, like, with Sonic Unleashed, it was semi-justified, because if you wanted a 2D Sonic game at that time, it was basically relegated to handheld, so it was a bit of a, hey, it's in a mainline Sonic game, woo, it's a console and fucking going 2D and stuff. In a post-Mania, post-Generations even world, 2D sections in the 3D Sonic games are completely fucking redundant. I would say... Go on, Gil.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest. I think that it is more. I liked Sonic 4 more than the 2D sections in 3D Sonic games.
Damn.
Because games like Sonic 4 at the very least are designed with that in mind, as opposed to just kind of
shoehorning
grabbing. Yeah, as opposed to just grabbing the 2D and being like, all right, this is the moment where the camera needs to pan to the side, guys. This is the moment where the camera needs to go to the side. I hate it
so much.
The thing I fucking hate about it as well is, like, half the time you're just doing shit you could otherwise do in 3D anyway, but you're having that valuable Z-axis taken away from you. Like, this is the thing. I would say I would be okay with them including 2D and 3D Sonic games if they were using the 2D to do a style of platforming that couldn't possibly be done in 3D. For example, let's look at, like, the Electro Glow Ball thingies from that fucking Electro Glow Ball bonus stage in Sonic 3. I don't think you could really do that in 3D because of just the mechanic of it is very upsy-downsy, lefty-righty. You can't really fucking fit a Z-axis on that. But, like, they're just doing it. It's like, oh, now in this bit, he's going on some platforms and he's grinding some rails and it's in fucking 2D.
Yeah, there's very few things that we get in modern Sonic games that lock you onto that axis that require the locking on that. Even in Sonic Unleashed, I can't think of a single moment in Sonic Unleashed where the 2D was additive, where, like, it forcing you into the 2D perspective was better than just letting us control that level normally, but it was less egregious then than it is now, at least.
I also remember when I first saw footage of, like, Chaos Island, and, like, it goes to 2D, I was like, you fucking shitting me? You fucking like, why? I remember I was
Green
saying,
Hill again.
I was saying in one of my fucking videos early into the Sonic Frontiers hype cycle, I was saying what I like about the open world Sonic is I don't see how they could possibly go with 2D unless, of course, they were to pull some rabbit out of a hat. And I had comments saying things like, "Fucking idiot! How are they supposed to do 2D in an open zone?" And then I saw that, and like a small part of me was satisfied that, ha, dickhead. But then the other part of me was like, ah, fuck, I still lose though, don't I? This must be how Nick felt when Shadow appeared at the end of Sonic 3. Sonic 2.
Sure, I don't even remember the bet on that one. I don't know, man. Like I'm not gonna say anything new.
Lost the war.
Yeah, right. Like that's usually that's the case with Sonic fans, though. We like to argue, but like at the end of the day, like we're still sad.
We know what we're getting into, and we also know we can't leave.
But like, it's bad. It's not good, and I'm already seeing the defense here. Like I've seen our good friend Nobody saying, like, you're not supposed to compare it. Like, well, yeah, but you are though.
It's trying to emulate it. It's
Why
like
should we not compare it?
it's trying to imitate something that it isn't, and it's just a less fun version of it.
And
I'm sorry, but like when you consistently keep using the same old fucking assets that are meant to represent the classic games, even literally using the same layouts from the old games, comparisons are going to be made, and it falls short, and it has since 2008.
And they're doing it all for the wrong reasons as well.
And like I'm sorry, but like Chaos Island definitively proved to me this does not work in a 3D environment. At the very least, they don't know how to make it work. Like I keep seeing comparisons to Mario Odyssey, but like there are clear defined points in the levels.
You know what? Mario Odyssey. If they do, you know what? If you do a 3D Sonic game where Sonic turns into literally Genesis Sonic and it plays like, then yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Do that.
I'll cave to.
That would be a proper homage there. That's the difference between how Sonic does it and Mario does it. Mario goes, hey, look at this cool spectacle thing we're doing for a little bit. Sonic goes,
and you know
hey, look what we did to the entire game engine.
You know what? The 2D sections in Galaxy aren't that great because it's literally 3D Mario sideways.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's been that way since 64. Remember the first time you were in the first ice level of 64, and they were like, "Hey, we want you to wall jump up to get to the star."
Yeah, but at least that one you can manipulate. You can manipulate the camera. You can move the camera around, and it's still like.
It doesn't lock you. Yeah. It doesn't lock you in. But it is still them going like, "Hey, do this thing," and you're like, "Oh." Yeah, I can if you hold the camera to the side, it can be easier, or it can just be a rough time for you.
Nobody's going back to Mario Odyssey saying like this is like a giant chunk of the gameplay. They are quick little homages, and it literally plays exactly like original Mario.
The other thing,
and then you're in and out, and you're done.
Is like fucking, especially when it comes to Frontiers, because an observation I had was I could kind of tolerate 2D sections in, say, games like Generations or Colors or Unleashed. With Sonic Frontiers as 2D sections, they made me want to fucking snore. And the reason being is that, especially in Frontiers, to fucking compensate for the open zone and shit, we've got a Sonic that is designed specifically for 3D platforming. Anything that would make him unwieldy to control has been nixed or reduced. Hence why things like fucking the boost has been nerfed. Hence why the fucking momentum has been fucking nerfed a little bit. It's all designed for 3D platforming traversal. So, you take that gameplay style and then you put it in a much more limited style where it's all in 2D, and you end up with something that is fucking boring. Like,
the thing is, like, and you literally started...
First off, certified, yes, it is. What are you talking about? Not intended to reference the Genesis games. Yeah, it literally is. That's the entire point.
What it is.
They literally, they did say in, like, the interviews for Sonic Unleashed, it was supposed to tap into, like, a nostalgic factor for fans. And
that's entirely the point.
And
that's entirely the point.
That's the thing, is I think they could actually make those 2D sections work, but they're doing it for the wrong reasons, so it's not working.
You literally just started your entire thing that you just said. You started it off with, I can tolerate.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, exactly.
So literally, at best, you can tolerate it.
No, but like
maybe it shouldn't be in the fucking game.
No, but hang on. I'm gonna make a case for it again. Right? Is that if they are doing a style of level design that is impossible to pull off in 3D, that's the reason they should use 2D. But
it's not inspired. They're not doing it because they have a really good idea. They're doing it because it's part of their checklist.
That's the thing, is like, rather than saying, oh, we've got this really ambitious design that we can't possibly pull off in 3D, they're saying, okay, now we're going to have the camera go to the side, so then all the Genesis fans will go, hey, I remember that! Hence why they're also doing the same thing with fucking repeated level themes. And the thing is, hey, I remember that gets a lot less impressive when, rather than remembering it from the first game, we remember it from the last game.
I love playing Sonic member berries. I think every Sonic game should be Sonic member berries. Every one of them.
With Sonic,
but unfortunately,
version of nostalgia.
Remember Generations?
Oh my god, Generations was fantastic.
So the problem with the type of Sonic Team nostalgia, and this has been a problem for a long time, is like the way they do it is like it's not an enhanced version. It's not like some of these remakes, like Metroid Prime Remastered, for instance, right? Where it's like if you haven't played it in a while, this is how you remember it looks. And you have a better experience for it because it's still built on... They didn't need to change the gameplay. It works great. The way they do it in these games in terms of 2D, you just play it and you're like, man, maybe I should just go back and play the better game. It just reminded me of a better game experience.
That's the other thing.
But you know what? Rolling Start just had a good point. They just said, Journo, it's not in 2D, it's side-scrolling. That's actually more accurate. It's not 2D sections. It's side-scrolling sections.
Yeah, it is. Like, when we talk 2D, though, in this
I think we need to make that distinction, because that's why it's bad.
I mean, we're not saying it's 2D graphics. We're saying it's 2D gameplay. You're playing it on 2 dimensions. You're either left or you're right. You know, you don't go in...
Well, we're getting into, like, semantic arguments as opposed to talking about
it doesn't fucking matter, is what I'm saying.
Aren't there...
Well, I still need to push back. I want to...
No, because the 2D sections and... The 2D sections and Frontiers aren't 2D. You can move, like... forward and backward, can't you?
If you fucking
some of them
glitch
you can.
It, but again,
so it's not even so. It really is like it tries to lock you into 2D, but it isn't.
That's still that's an exploit. But yeah,
it's not even an exploit though. It's an open world, and you can jump it. There are so many chances you can jump onto these tracks that you're meant to have a specific starting point at, and it completely breaks it down. It's asinine. Chaos Island is fucking trash. Like I was insulted by that level. It is insanely bad. It is so bad.
The thing is, like, I've said it myself, Chaos Island is my favorite island, but I don't want to send Sega the wrong message here. Because, fuck the 2D stuff, I still agree with that. I just like going back to it and just fucking playing on all the shit that's
if you have fun, like I'll say to everyone here, like, you know, bless your heart.
No, still
that's amazing.
Fuck the 2D.
No, I think that
bless your heart.
I need to push back on something you said earlier, Pup, because I don't agree with you. I don't think this Sonic is designed for open 3D movement. I really don't. And I think that this 2D nonsense is still holding that back. Because this Sonic was designed for boost. He was designed for linear hallway gameplay, and they're expanding that a little bit, but it's still holding this idea back. And I hate that. Well, we should also go back, because like if we're gonna like say like, hey, don't spread misinformation, we should actually go back and read what the tweet was, because there is a lot of interpretation. Like we're not saying like this is guaranteed to happen in these new games, because we don't know for sure. But considering their track record, I think it's a safe assumption to say that they're probably going to bring the 2D sections back because they just won't let them go.
I mean,
another big problem is that they're still using the same engine.
I mean, also,
so every time that they make a new Sonic game, they're not like what they really need to be doing if they want to do this kind of gameplay is build Sonic's physics and moveset from the ground up and start fresh. Instead, they're going back to an old skeleton and being like, okay, so this is the in boost, so we could just tweak it and make it work in 3D.
It's worth noting. I think like Certified Nobody actually made a good point. Hey, is that a fucking flying pig outside the window? But he made a good point when he said that these things are still subject to change. Like Kishimoto's intentions right now don't necessarily mean that's the way it's going to be in the fucking end product or anything like that. But like,
I mean, that's understandable, but at the same time, when you take the breadth of what we have to go off of,
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, yeah, they're like to prevent fucking spreading misinformation here. We're not saying there's definitely going to be side-scrolling sections in the next game or so.
I would bet money on it.
I would bet
it's
money
an
too.
educated guess at this point.
It's an educated guess with some justification thanks to Morio Kishimoto. Now, I would still push back and say I do think that fucking Frontiers Sonic is designed for fucking open 3D movement and platform, because, like, the turning is so precise and beautiful. Like, he just maneuvers really nicely. But,
I mean, no, hold on. He isn't designed for that. He was tweaked into working for that.
okay,
yeah, I mean,
there's no way that
the
they
same
did.
Sonic that was designed in 2008, man.
Listen,
I guess there's a difference between, like,
I'm not going...
a Banjo, a Conker, and a Mario in 3D versus this version of Sonic. I can understand that.
I'm not thinking about the behind-the-scenes shit. I'm just thinking about what I've got in my hand, and it just feels good in my hand, you know? Oh, man.
But that's my entire
the
problem. My
scenes
entire
is literally
problem is that,
how it's made.
Oh
my
my
entire
god,
problem is that they
but
didn't...
That's not what I'm fucking saying. I'm saying
they
the way...
didn't build a new foundation. They didn't build a new house. They just renovated one that already existed.
I never said... What I'm saying is, the way he is, I don't give a fuck about how they got to that point. The way he is he's a Sonic that is at his best controlling in big 3D environments, and he feels like that's what he's, like, there for. This current iteration of that version, this current revision, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is about that. Like, that's what I get from it. Which makes 2D sections...
Well, yeah, but that's also why you had to tweak one thing to break another, which is why he feels like shit in fucking other sections.
The point I'm making is they just shouldn't fucking have 2D if that's the way they've made Sonic feel. Whether it's built off of another framework or whether it is a brand new thing, if 2D doesn't feel good with the gameplay, don't do 2D. It's just the point I'm fucking making here.
No, I get you, Pup. The reason why I made that clarifying point, though, is I feel like that is integral to this design, is these 2D sections, is transitioning between those two planes. I feel like this is just built into that design, so they keep going back to it. And that's the only reason why I made that clarifying point, because the foundation there is still being shown throughout the games. That's why I was immediately disappointed the first time I saw that, because, you know, I'm not going to argue with you. My favorite parts of this game are when he's just allowed to cut loose. My favorite parts of this game are the new things. And you know what's interesting to me, because we're talking about it and we keep talking about them reusing this same Sonic. While there are detractors to it, heavy detractors, I think it's fascinating that we still had Sonic Lost World between all of this. And I thought that was interesting that they didn't kind of...
We haven't returned to that.
Well, they didn't at least, you know, build up from that.
I mean, Forces was built from the Lost World framework. Like, I think that's a known thing by now, right? Everyone knows that Forces was built on Lost World's gameplay engine, and then, like, so they basically reverse engineered fucking Lost World into a boost game for some fucking unknown reason. Don't know why they did.
Which would explain a lot of how Sonic controls in that game.
But then it also, I believe, and you know, I could still be mistaken. Is there any actual evidence to suggest that this is just a repurposed Forces Sonic? But, like, either way...
I think it's just a given, man.
Sonic Team making video games is like if every time we made a video, we went into the last premiere project we had and just started deleting stuff and then changing it into a new video. Never
to be fair, though, to be fair, their engine, like building a game, like an engine to build video games in, is a timely and expensive process. So them not messing with the Hedgehog engine makes enough sense to me, but...
That's the point, is they could get it to a point of fucking mimicking proper momentum physics, even with the same fucking gameplay engine, but it might just be a lot of fucking work. It might just be less work to just start from scratch. But that's not the point I'm trying to make right now. I really, really don't care if this is built off of Forces Sonic or not. It feels good to play, so I'm happy with it. But the thing is just fucking the 2D sections. Whether or not they were synonymous with a previous iteration of this gameplay, that doesn't mean they need to bring them back here, especially if they do an absolute disservice to this revised version of that gameplay style. And, like, the other thing I would say is, you've put this in here for classic fans. Let's face it, like it or not, they put the 2D sections in there for classic fans. Classic fans who are famously sticklers for momentum. Classic fans who, the thing they liked about the classic Sonic games wasn't just that they were 2D, they liked that they felt a certain way. When you have those 2D sections in these Sonic games, it only exacerbates every tiny difference between this Sonic and the Sonic we grew up with. And that's just like, that's the thing is, when I'm playing in 3D, when I'm playing in the open space as the fucking Sonic Frontiers Sonic, it's its own thing. It doesn't really need many comparisons to the classic games. Like, it's a new thing, it's its own thing. But as soon as you put it in fucking 2D, it's no longer its own thing, and comparisons start to arise. So, like, having fucking speed boosters and shit before a loop-de-loop, understandably, in 3D, it's a lot harder to get these things right. But when you have one before a fucking loop-de-loop in a 2D section, one I can walk around in 2D, it's like, ew! Ew, I know how this is meant to be. It feels like
duct tape trying to mask a bunch of garbage.
Exactly. Like, that's the thing, is the 2D sections do this gameplay style an absolute disservice.
And you know how you fix that?
You don't use them.
You make a bespoke Sonic that is built specifically for one thing, and you cut everything else out.
I mean,
I don't agree. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think
I don't.
I think the fucking.
I think just at the foundation, this thing just needs to get thrown out the fucking window. Like I think they've done interesting things with Boost Sonic. I really do. I really think they've made this the most fun it has been in a long time. But at the same time, when I see Sonic Team, they still make the same mistakes, and they took the thing that was holding them up since 2008, and they managed to ruin that. I just don't think they understand Sonic. Period. End of story. I think Sonic should feel good between 2D and 3D just fine. I don't think the problem is what the perspective is. I think they're just not very good at making games.
I mean, like, the thing is, it's also, it's mixed messages, isn't it? Because there was a period when between games, Sega would just throw everything out and do something brand new every time. And people said, stop doing that. We need to just get something that kind of works and work with it and continue improving it and stuff. And I feel there
was a little bit of time where they were doing that because we had Unleashed into Generations.
Yes, absolutely. But I personally feel we don't need to throw the entire engine out. I think we just need to do things like reduce the friction so that he can no longer walk around fucking inclines. We need to do things like make it so that he doesn't stub his toe on a rock and fly into the stratosphere, you know? And I'm sure that these are things that can be changed in settings. I'm sure these are things that can be tweaked within this engine. There are mods for this game that give Sonic more momentum and stuff, and they feel great. Like, and people will say, oh, but it's not designed for these levels and stuff. Usually those people are the ones that haven't fucking played the mods, because, like, the momentum mod, if you have the right one and you've got the right settings, it can play absolutely fine. Perfectly, even. I dare say I would fucking live stream it from start to finish all over again just to prove that point. But, like, that's the thing I'm saying, is I don't think they should chuck everything out. I think they should just work with what they've got, but improve it, and just make those changes until it's right, because we have got really good stuff here. I like the combat engine we've got. I like the... I don't know engine and shit, so before anyone corrects me, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I like the turn.
Always remember, we're laymen talking about this. If we use the wrong terminology for a split second, don't get your panties in a twist.
Yeah,
but also maybe learn some things, guys. Maybe we should all learn things. It's fine. It's fine to learn things.
I learned plenty of things.
Yeah, and we can do that. There is a fine in between that we can take there.
While I'm making this point, I'm just saying, forgive me if I'm wrong here. But, like,
sure.
I think what we've got in Frontiers, the foundation is absolutely there. We've got some great stuff, and we've seen modders already take it and turn it into something better. Now, like, put it this way. If I use the fucking tracker physics tweaks mod on Sonic Frontiers, all I need them to do at that point is to make it so that he doesn't stub his toe on rocks and go flying into the stratosphere, and make it so that, you know, he can fucking go around a loop-de-loop in a natural way as opposed to them being these scripted events. That's all I need. That's not much to change. Of course, I know that everyone has different tastes when it comes to Sonic, but I'm, you know, at the end of the day, if it were up to me, you know, I'd go for something more adventure style, but I'm just trying to meet this on a good objective level, a point where I can safely say everything here makes sense, everything here can be gauged in gameplay, no unexpected weirdness and oddities happen. That's the kind of thing I'm trying to get to, because we can argue preferences all day long. I want them to have something that makes perfect sense. I think we've got something good with Frontiers, not perfect. I think we can build up from that. That's just my opinion. No one has to agree here, but like, yeah, it's, you know, that's just kind of my thing, my stance.
I've always heard the take that they keep throwing things out and trying something new, and I've used that early on in my own videos, but like actually looking back at their games, I don't quite agree with that. I think Sega should stop throwing out good things like Sonic Mania, which was a good idea. But
why do they do this?
I don't know. But like in terms, and we should actually talk about the other part of that tweet that we're speculating on in just a bit.
We will get to that, yeah.
But my problem with Sonic Team is simply this. They've been doing the same thing since 2008, and they somehow managed to make every game they make feel like it's their very first game they've ever made as a fucking team. It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. And like Frontiers overall, fun game. Said that 1,000 times, and I'm very happy for it. I think we're being way too forgiving for it. Every time I play that game, there are just like these big, glaring, embarrassing things, like platforms that don't make sense for Sonic to be on. Like they didn't even like. None of that environment looks like it's made for Sonic. And then we got and then like we have no momentum. We have like clear ramps, like natural ramps that you can't just fly off of and have fun with or anything like that. But you can find a pebble,
but then there's rocks
in the stratosphere.
This is another weird thing because like again with modding, it is so. I really suggest that anyone that's curious about like Sonic gameplay, try out lots of different mods because you can learn how much can change and what these engines are actually capable of. Because like there is a code in the Hedge Mod Manager which allows you to switch off dash ramps so that they will no longer automatically script you up the incline, and they'll just turn them into bits of geometry effectively. And I love turning that off because you can still use that dash ramp, it just won't do the work for you. So you have to build up enough speed to fling Sonic off of that. That's the shit I think people are really asking for, and I think something that Sega, once again, doing a disservice to the stuff that is actually cool in their engines, is they're putting too many scripted things in there to help the player along. And it's like, I get it, it's done for the sake of accessibility. Well, put that in a fucking easy mode. Make a hard mode that actually, you know, makes the player work.
A hard mode that matters?
Yeah, a hard mode that not only matters, but a hard mode that makes the player work with Sonic's momentum. Whoa, you know? Fucking, holy shit.
It is... Oh, sorry, Nick, you on.
No, I was just being a cynical little bitch. I was like, I don't think that any of this is a mystery. I just think we need good devs. That's all it is. Like, just good leadership at this point. I'm sure even like the dev team, I'm sure even they have great ideas at this point. But like Kishimoto's games, like consistently have been fine, like at the best, and then full of like, I'm just being a cynical little fuck.
just give us a collaboration between maybe anybody, maybe Insomniac Games and fucking Platinum. Just be like, okay, cool, Platinum, you handle the combat side of this game because we like the combat in Frontiers, and Insomniac, you handle the platforming side of this game, and whatever comes out of that soup, we'll play. We'll give it a shot.
It's fine. Whatever. It's fine. Like I said, I keep saying this about this game. I feel like depending on the conversation I'm in, I can either go full in, like, hell yeah, this was a great time, or fuck this game. And I'm just a contrarian piece of shit with this game all the time. That's part of the reason why I've taken so long with the video, because it vexes me. It makes me feel two things at the same time.
It's kind of the same way you are with Forces too, though. You can go either way on the on it.
That's the point I bring up in my script. And that's what I find fascinating to me, because I feel like Forces, like, if you just boil it down to numbers, these two games are like 6 or 7 range. But 10 out of 10 times, I'm like, fuck Forces. I would much rather play Frontiers. There's still a much more fun experience with that. And I think that's far more interesting to explore. It's just, overall, franchise-wise, you know what? Let's pull up our pants. Sega, you're doing such a good job with everything else in terms of your franchises. Sort your lives out. This is embarrassing. This should not be a mystery. We should have like the perfect Sonic game where no generation of fans is getting in nitpicky arguments and blaming each other for it. It's a good franchise, despite itself.
Well, and it is important to note that every single one of us enjoyed our experience playing Sonic Frontiers. Every one of us.
Yeah.
So 100%. So like whenever we do stuff like this, it's never coming from a place of fuck Sonic, he never does anything good. It's not coming from a place of the older games were better. While that last statement might be true, the fact of the matter is we picked up this game. We all collectively enjoyed it. We all spent physical time with each other watching each other play and enjoy this game. And at the end of the day, all we want is for it to be a little better. Like there's games you play where you get to the end and you're like, that was a good experience. I loved every minute of it. And then there's games you play where you're like, there's aspects of it that I really enjoyed. There's things that I think did not need to be in here. And Frontiers is the latter type of game.
You know what I think it is? You just said it's not that we think that Sonic never does anything good. It's not that he never does anything good. It's that he always does something bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations, you made the peanut butter and jelly sandwich correctly. The kitchen's on fire, though.
You imagine making it's like making the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich, right?
Yeah.
But like also, you slipped a little nugget of poop in there.
Little poopies.
Why did you?
I wasn't gonna go that extreme. I'd be like, but why are there pickles?
Why'd you put the poop in there?
Well, I thought this bite would be more fun if you had a different flavor profile.
You're like, you remember Birdie Bot's every flavor beans? You remember Bean Boozled? It's like that, but a sandwich.
That's the sandwich. 2-1 is a fucking pickle. Like, yeah, that would work if you built the whole sandwich around the pickle. Fuck.
I think it's also inherently possible that it's like. No, that was I was just making a fucking straw man argument just then. What I was kind of gonna say is like
Nick. The difference though is that pickles are good. I can eat a pickle and go, "This is good."
Pickles are gross.
I like 2-1. I like the idea behind 2-1.
You're not taking something good. You're not taking something good that doesn't fit with something else and putting it there. You're taking something that's not good and then putting it into something that's good, and you're making the experience worse.
It's 1-2, Nick. Don't say 2-1. 2-1's a 2D stage.
Sorry. So you're right. I mean, but let's get back to the core thing we're talking about here, because I would argue that the
Let's get to the root of the argument, girl.
Bitch, that don't make sense. Why can't you compare fruit?
Why can't fruit be compared?
Why can't fruit be compared? But I would say that the cyberspace... I'd say the cyberspace levels are the weakest part of Frontiers, and in that, the 2D levels of cyberspace are the weakest ones in there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to like not setting the kitchen on fire or whatever, listen, if you want to put pickles in my Sonic sandwich, that's okay. I fucking don't like pickles, but if you make a good pickle sandwich, it's fine. Someone else can fucking enjoy it. I think the point that...
cucumbers must be sliced thin.
You don't put pickles on a burger?
I wouldn't fucking put pickles on a burger.
You're fucking high.
Pickles are gross, man, but like, the
pickles are delicious.
The point I'm trying to fucking make here is like, I do not give a fuck.
I know why we get into so many fights now.
Oh my God,
I get it.
Am I ever allowed to fucking
banana peppers?
No, because I know the problem, Pup.
Do you know what
you
this
just
feels like?
Sandwiches than us.
I'm sorry. Pup's upset that we're interrupting him. I'm sorry.
You're right.
Finish your point, man.
It's a little ironic.
Finish your point.
Good.
Nah, I don't want any more. I don't want to talk right now. I want to sit and I want to reflect. I want to think. I want to be introspective. I'm here. I'm a work in progress. I'm here to listen and learn. Right?
Never claimed to be perfect.
Has a YouTuber ever made an apology video just for being themselves?
Yes.
You've given me an idea.
Not like a scandal being brought up or anything. Just like, I'm just sorry for me.
I'm just sorry for being who I am.
Camera fades in.
listen. Yeah, and there's literally no call for an apology either. It's not like you've done anything cancelable. It's just like, hey, listen, I'm gonna think about it, alright?
I have seen a couple of those. I genuinely have seen a couple of those.
Responding to the allegations. I'm annoying, I know.
But yeah, no, the point...
I like pickles in my sandwich.
That I wanted to make was, at this point, it's a question of quality when it comes to Sonic, because I'm having fun. That's what matters. And, like, the truth be told, going forward, I might be disappointed if they throw away things with potential, but ultimately, I think all they need to get down now is just get the quality and polish up. I could give a fuck if you do boost gameplay. I could give a fuck if you do momentum. 2D, 3D, could give a fuck. Fight Dr. Robotnik, could give a fuck. Fight a Moon, could give a fuck. I could give a fuck. What I want them to do for Sonic going forward is make a high quality thing with minimal exploits and no things where if I take a peek behind the curtain, I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, and I mean...
Why is there poop in there?
Every game has its glitches, alright? I don't think I've ever played a completely non-glitched, non-exploitable game, but Sonic does have a bit more technical hitches than the average video game character in his back catalog, and Sonic Frontiers is a very unpolished game. It's a game I love. It's one of my favorite fucking games. I love this game. It needs a little polish is all, you know? And again, I'm indifferent... Like, so when it comes to preference and stuff, obviously I will be bummed out if they do ditch the open zone formula, because, like, there's a lot of potential there that has been demonstrated. But ultimately, I just want a high-quality product, and I think, like, the conversation could get muddy. I don't think there'll ever be a Sonic game that pleases every end of the fan base, but, like, you know, make something really high-quality, and that will bring us into a later topic, but I think we should do that one last.
So here's the core of my problem with Frontiers, and this is the core of my problem with Kishimoto's games in general. Not all of them, but this is something I keep bringing up over and over again, and something you mentioned, and I hear from the fan base a lot, is this fear that they're going to throw out the good ideas in the next game. And that, to me, is telling me the biggest problem with Frontiers is not the budget, it's not it being rushed, those are issues. The problem is not having a clear, defined vision. Because it feels like there are like 5 different ideas, like in terms of like a game they were trying to build, and they slapped it all together and then they changed direction midway, which happens in game development all the time. But like even though like Skyrim is full of glitches and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of people are more forgiving for it because there's a clear idea of what this game is supposed to be. And I feel like Sonic, for the most part, it feels like they're trying their best to appease fans as opposed to, hey, we love Sonic, we have a really good idea for it, let's put it out there in the world. And I think that lack of vision is the problem. And that's why I keep pointing my fingers at the leadership, because that vision needs to come from the top, and that leadership needs to be able to manage whatever team is under them to make it happen.
I'd still argue, though, that that's not a Kishimoto-specific problem when it comes to Sonic. Like,
we don't know for sure.
We're going from, like, Sonic Unleashed through to Sonic Generations. Like, neither of those are Kishimoto games, but Sonic Generations refines the Unleashed formula, but it definitely trims off a lot of the meat with the fat, too. Like, they're like, while you don't need, like, mandatory hub world shit, like, world building is invaluable to any video game, I would say, of any genre. Having the characters form some kind of relationship with these environments and stuff. Sonic Unleashed has top-tier world building through hub worlds, through its story and stuff like that. Generations, while it has the boost gameplay comeback, that's really all there is of, like, Sonic Unleashed left over. And all you really needed to get rid of was the fucking medallions and the werehog. Like, but going into Generations, they've, like... And I guess this comes from, more of a place of narrative. And you do have a hub world in Generations, but... it's shit.
Kinda.
It's more like a glorified.
It's a glorified level select. Oh, same wavelength.
Yeah, maybe.
I still argue that Generations, like the weakest parts of the script, I would say that they did nostalgia right in that game. I felt like they took the pieces that were already there for Sonic, because there were a lot there. They took some of the best bits of it and they further defined it. And the exciting part of going back to those old levels was seeing them not just in 3D, but just like new elements to them, new ways they were revitalized, and even like the narrative on display while you're going through some of those levels, like Chemical Plant, for instance, just as the level is exploding around you in the modern Sonic stage, making a proper theme ride, I feel like all of that is a better narrative than the worlds on display in Frontiers.
I like there are certain things that I really did like in Generations that I wish Frontiers would have maybe learned from. Because, like, okay, Generations managed to take a level that was fundamentally broken in 06, Crisis City, and make a very, very fun level out of it. I know there's 06 mods that make Crisis City more playable, but again, Loading Screen City is not a playable level on its own. I'm sorry. Whereas when we get that same type of thing in something like Frontiers, we get the aesthetic paint job added onto random patchwork level design from Sonic's past, which is very different than taking something that people enjoyed but wished it was better and improving on it in significant ways. So I get it's like taking the exact same idea for both games. Let's take what's old and make it new again. And just one game goes, that means paint job and the exact same level design grafted over with physics that were not made to accommodate them. And the other game goes, build it from the ground up and make it good.
Oh, yeah, no, like, listen, at the end of the day, if we're comparing Cyberspace to Generations, like, no contest. Generations is winning that contest. Like, I'm not going to try and defend Cyberspace. It's the weakest aspect of Sonic Frontiers, and it's something that needs to be completely reworked. But I don't even know where the fuck I'm going with this. Yeah, no, well, I guess what I'm saying is, I think we have, seen plenty of games outside of Kishimoto's tenure where they have trimmed off more meat than they have fat. I mean, put it this way, I do love Sonic Adventure 2, but I know there's a lot of people that resent the removal of, like, the sort of geography that came with Sonic Adventure 1. Like, having the train links, having the different locations that take you to the next location. Whereas Adventure 2, yeah, they removed Big the Cat, they removed the things people didn't like, but they also removed that entire sense of geography from the game. Which, I mean, I think Adventure 2's story makes up for it because it's a much more urgent story, but, like, I could understand why someone would feel like Adventure 2 trimmed off a lot more meat than it did fat.
And that's how I felt about the game when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I actually preferred Adventure 1 to 2 a lot. And then just as I got older, I got older, I started to prefer Adventure 2 because the narrative and the improved Chow Garden, and I just prefer the flow of that game more. Even if I don't think it's a better game. I think Adventure 1 is just a better game by comparison, but I still prefer 2 as I get older.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of derailing off our strict duty path.
No, Nick, Sonic a Sonic podcast can't have rails, Nick.
Listen, I like our open zone approach to fucking conversation.
Well, I've actually been itching to get to the other part because I can't wait to hear Gilly's opinion on it. Let's actually read the tweet as it's directly translated from Google here, because I think it's important for us to actually read this, because again, like through Google translations, we can misinterpret a lot here. So this all started thanks to Ta Jelly Lord tweeting directly to Kishimoto, and as it's translated by Google, hello, I loved playing Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Episode 2 when I was a kid. Ever wondered if we'll see a game like this again? A collab with Dimps? Thank you. And Kishimoto responded, and again, this is directly through machine translation here. Translate tweet. Hello, thank you for translating into Japanese. It's a Sonic game made by Dimps. In addition to 3D games, Sonic games also have side-scrolling Sonic games. So please look forward to them.
I feel so. I'm just gonna say that feels like an AI generated response.
But like people are thinking from this, like, oh, Dimps is making a new Sonic game. I don't think that's happening, but it did get a fun discussion from us last night. So I'm really curious to hear from you guys specifically about the potential, because like after Pup, after you brought this up, I was like, actually, what's Dimps been up to? And I didn't actually know what their whole track list is in terms of games, like their whole discography, if you will. And it's a fascinating one, and I don't know if they're really up to much of anything. Like, they're not one of these. They're one of those dev teams that have been around for ages, but they've never really had anything that's really like sent them skyrocketing in terms of like, okay, this is making us the most money. We're going to work on this now. Their most consistent franchises they seem to work on is Dragon Ball, but like even then, like I don't think they're
they made a Dragon Ball game that's just Dead by Daylight.
Dude, they made Budokai. like what happened?
Yeah,
like the first game was Sonic Advance. What happened?
It's very, very weird. It's very weird. Wait, they worked on Street Fighter 5?
So
what?
I think a port.
Okay.
Before anyone, be it in like the chat or whatever, misconstrues. Well, the thing is, it's like a definite thing that Dimps will be working on a new 2D Sonic game. Again,
oh, no, we have nothing.
Yeah, as you guys say, it's machine translation. Like, the person posted stuff of, like, Sonic 4, and Kishimoto's like, it's a new Dimps, it's a Dimps 2D Sonic game, effectively. Like, he could have just been fucking pointing out the obvious. He could have just been like, you're baking cookies.
It reads like a very particular type of tweet we're used to.
Yeah, it does.
I have a question.
Gilly?
Are
you snowboarding? Did you buy a snowboard, Gilly?
Are you?
Oh my god.
Gilly,
you playing Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 made by Dimps?
You like
Gilly, you are buying a snowboard.
Boy. It's that kind of tweet. It's exactly that kind of tweet.
Oh my god. That's so good. Sorry, go ahead, Pup.
No, I was gonna say, like, so 2D Dimps Sonic game, new one. Do you reckon it's gonna happen?
No, I don't.
To be fair, and this is why I'm kind of keeping the speculation open on my end here, I fully expected another Mania game by Chris Whitehead. I thought it was the most obvious thing in the world.
Sonic 4 Episode 3, baby!
I would play it by the right people. Gilly,
what?
You're famous for your love of Dimps games. What are your thoughts on all this?
Dog shit. I don't. Dimps made a couple okay things one time, and people think that they're good. I don't understand.
So they're perfect for Sonic, is what you're saying.
What?
So they're perfect for Sonic, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Dude, it's every fucking time. Sonic Advance.
Just like that. That's exactly how we defend Sonic Advance.
I mean,
tired. I'm so tired. And I don't want to say it. Those games aren't that good. They're fine.
Yeah,
they're not that good.
Advance 1 was fine for the time, but flawed. Like, the level design is dookie. Like, and level design is important to Sonic. Advance 2 was poo, in my opinion. 3, also poo. Did they do Battle? Battle don't really count, though. That's not a traditional Sonic game.
I don't know if they did. I don't think so.
I don't think they did Battle.
Rush?
I'm going to double check.
Rush has style, but it is flawed. Rush Adventure's fucking Kino. Fucking Rush Adventure is their best work. As far as Sonic
I thought their color... I thought colors... Yes.
Colors was...
Burpees.
Colors was worse than Rush Rush Adventure, in my opinion. Like,
I haven't played it in a long time, so I can't compare them.
Did really good things for, like, the boss fights in, like, the Sonic Rush gameplay formula. Like, they made them a bit less wait your turny. They made them a lot more fair. Colors is a bit more Rush 1 when it comes to the boss fights, where they can fucking just bullshit their way into killing you and shit like that. So, Colors not as good as Rush Adventure, in my opinion, but still better than Rush 1, I guess. What else did they do? Generations 3DS is poo. Lost World 3DS is a turd. Sonic 4 Episode 1 is dog shit. Sonic 4 Episode 2 is cat shit. Yeah, like, fucking... you know?
I feel like the only pushback I have is, like, I think there's some decent stuff in all of those titles, but at the same time, again, this is why I keep telling myself, gun to my head, do you want this kind of game back? And I really don't. I really, really don't. Which is weird, though. But, like, I'm looking at their games. It looks like the latest game they made was Dragon Ball: The Breakers.
Yeah, which is the Dead by Daylight clone.
The thing is, like, it's also just worth noting that, like, whether they've come far or not, and what I'm saying here is completely speculative. So you could also speculate in the other direction and say, no matter how far they've come as a game developer, like, they could really ace Sonic. At the same time, making a Sonic game and getting it right is fucking hard. Like, you have to have a very specific type of level design, you have to get those physics right, which is something Dimps have clearly fucking struggled with. Both ends, really. So, it's like, the thing is, like, you could say fucking Insomniac Games are making a Sonic game, and as excited as I'd be, I wouldn't immediately take it for granted that they're gonna ace it, you know? Like, Sonic is a tricky thing to get right. So it's like, with any developer coming into the fold that isn't, say, Christian Whitehead or whatever, I'm gonna be naturally trepidatious. And the thing I'll also say is, in a post-Sonic Mania world, a new 2D Dimps Sonic game, they're either going to really have to up their game, or it's past that time now. We're in a post-Mania world. They've changed the game. The problem is, from the looks of things, Whitehead is gone, and Stealth has just lost it.
I can't wait for...
You finish your joke, whatever you're going to say.
I can't wait for IDW to fix that.
IDW, can you fix Sonic 4's physics, please, Ian Flynn?
I mean, that's the weird thing, because from what I remember from Advance, the physics were just fine. But then again, I mean, Yuji was still around, and while, you know, people don't like him anymore, like, it was pretty famous for people, like, on the team to kind of go to him when Sonic wasn't working proper. So maybe the old school team back then were there to kind of help Dimps along in terms of physics, because like after the change up in leadership, that's when Sonic 4 came around.
So what you're saying is that Takeshi Iizuka needs to get in a tornado mech and bust fucking Yuji Naka out of jail.
I don't think he's actually...
He's just pacing around with all these scribbles on the wall.
Look, man, he made Balan Wonderworld. I don't trust that. I don't trust any of them anymore.
Fucking Izuka's like, I'll let you out if you marry me.
You know how I know people are fucking crazy?
I thought I had you this time.
There's people who defend Balan Wonderworld. That's how I know that I can't trust anybody.
Hi, Stuart. To be honest, like I played.
No, dude, if you like that game, there's something wrong with you. You gotta go to a doctor.
Hear me out. I played like 2 levels of that game, and I just thought it was the most okay thing I've ever touched. Like, I didn't think there was anything offensively bad about it. I was just like, well, this is just whatever.
That's what I felt when I played. That's what I felt like when I played Final Fantasy Crystal Bearers on the Wii, and then I played more of it, and I learned to hate it more.
I felt nothing. I thought the costume switching thing was like a worse version of Spark the Electric Jester's fucking thing, and I was just like, this is very whatever. It is what it is, you know.
It would have been okay if it was a first generation 3D game before Mario 64.
I mean, what is, like, for the uninitiated, which is what I guess I am in this case, what is the thing that makes it, like, heinous? Like, what is the
It doesn't know what the fuck it is. Okay,
I can kind of vibe with that, because, yeah, like, you've got all these attacks, yet there's only fucking one button. And that's
it doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's like, it's almost like the idea of, like, Kirby. But the difference is that Kirby only has a very small, finite amount of abilities, right, and most of them are fun to use. And you switch them up, and they each like are a little bit different. You might favor certain ones more than others. Balan Wonderworld, every single power barely does anything. Like, most of them do.
No, I noticed that.
Almost nothing, and there's a million of them. So there isn't one that's like particularly.
And most
fun.
of them are reskins. Most of them are just reskins anyway, too.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with that.
They even emulate Sonic powers and they're shit.
Instead of developing like a small handful of like fun different power-ups, there's a cavalcade of fucking powers that don't matter and aren't fun to use and are forgettable, and it doesn't make sense. It's like they tried to do all this shit, and instead of like focusing their energy on making a small amount of like fun ones, they just started throwing shit at the wall and go, oh, what if you have what if you float for a second? What if you turn into a box? What if you what if you could hover? This one you could hover for 1 second, and this one you could float for 1.5 seconds.
Gilly, you know what you're just describing to me? Banjo-Tooie, but really bad.
You know, one thing I found kind of fundamentally grating about the game, beyond its mechanics, was just everything about it. Like, stylistically. I feel like if I went to Yuji Naka and asked him, who's this for? He'd throw his hands in the air and say, everyone! I'd be like, no, fuck off. You don't make games for everyone, you fucking stupid bitch.
They took Naoto Oshima's amazing artwork and they made it ugly. It's... Oh, man. There could have been so... Like, the art direction just... I don't know who to blame there, but, like, man... Like, how do you mess up that dude's art style that badly? Somebody who created Sonic, somebody you've worked with for so long. It's an ugly game, and it shouldn't have been, because there's a lot of fun ideas art-wise.
I hate it so much, so bad.
But would you rather play it than Sonic Forces?
Yeah, no. Sonic Forces is a more fun game.
Was that not a quote from you? Oh no, it was the other way round.
No, it was I'd rather play Sonic Forces.
Yeah, there we go. Well, at least I demonstrated I watch your videos, Gilly. Jesus.
And apparently not enough.
You need to watch them again.
He's like I read the title once.
Watch, Gilly.
Watch Gilly. Gilly the Watchman.
I'm going to watch your videos today, Gilly.
Oh god.
Oh, fucking dildo. The fact
so long and short of it, nobody wants Gimps to come. Gimps.
I'm just imagining, like we got a meeting with Gimps at the fucking Sonic team office, and they will just come in their fucking black fucking Gimp suits.
They have a ball gag, and they pitch the game with a ball gag, and
fucking Takeshi Iizuka's just like, right, what we want is we want a Sonic game where you can go left to right. Can you do that? And they will just nod. With their little ball gags in their mouths.
No, they're gonna make the game the fans really want.
Right, art community. Can you do that? Can you have like a picture of Takeshi Iizuka with like a slideshow with stocks, and just at the boardroom there's nothing but dudes in gimp suits with ball gags in their mouths?
Do you not understand how art works? The insane amount of things you're asking for one picture.
Yeah, everyone fucking does it every time. So I let's get ambitious, Give me free art.
And this is the... At a certain point, you just start commissioning it, but,
Yeah. At some point.
Nah. But, like,
we don't want Dimps to make a Sonic game, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, it's a fucking mystery to me why they haven't had, like, fucking Christian Whitehead and his team make, like, a top-to-bottom brand new, no fucking reused levels or anything, classic Sonic game. Like, it felt like with Mania... It's like we cracked the code, we got the key, And it's like...
The key already exists.
Probably doesn't work with fans, that's probably why.
The key already existed in the Genesis games. That's what it was. That's what the key was the whole time. Take something that's good.
Yeah, Mania, all Mania did was just like, no, this isn't rocket science. Like, you had a good thing here, just do it again.
At the end of the day,
I just want them to take that philosophy to 3D. That's all I want.
I don't want them, like, fucking learning the wrong lessons from it and just committing to making nothing but fucking Mania sequels and nothing but 2D classic Sonic games. Like, I like having that fucking modern Sonic, classic Sonic choice. Like, I still enjoy classic Sonic, but I like having the choice. I like having both of these versions out there. But, like...
Yeah. And that's why handhelds used to be a thing.
Well, no, something I was about to say is, like, I'd rather this than if they just made nothing but Mania sequels. But at the same time, like, what I'm comparing is, like, I'd rather eat cow shit than moose shit, like...
Again, these are just silly what-if scenarios that have never come to pass. Like, we just want good Sonic games, and there's no reason we can't have a side series that's just quality games that can,
Just normal games.
Appeal to one of the fan bases. Just
innocent
normal games.
Devs.
Innocent devs. But... I mean, like, it's not that hard to do, and we're not asking for too much.
Do you know the story behind the whole Just Normal Men thing, by the way?
Yeah. I looked it up after I saw the tweet. It's just something they overheard with drunk guys getting picked up by
got
cops.
pulled over and just rolls down his windows like, just normal men.
We're just normal men.
That's really hilarious. I hope I get pulled over by the cops one day so I can say that.
You're hoping you can drive one day, is what you're telling me.
I can drive. I've literally got a driver's license.
Oh gosh. Oh wow, getting very generous super chats. Yeah, but like if we have nothing really else to add to like the Dimps conversation, should we go on to like a little bit more positive news in terms of the future of the games and all that? Because like as much as I'm poo-pooing Frontier,
Dimps poopies. Actually, you know, given that though, we know that there's going to be new 2D games in the pipeline. What do you want though? You know, like what kind of thing would you like?
I would like them not to mess with the physics, just build off of that, but give us creative art styles.
I would say, yeah, that. But Sonic Mania was like a celebration of Sonic's history, and it used like the Japanese Sonic. I think Sega has too much of a tendency to say, these are the parts of Sonic history that matter. Give us a new sort of quasi-Mania sequel, but one that's completely devoted to having the USA Greg Martin art style. Even with the sprites, have them look like fucking Greg Martin style. That'd be
just make it unlockable.
I'd like the idea that the levels would also have kind of a USA inspired look to them, because the USA had a very
you want us to be able to like play through SAT AM basically.
SAT AM, AOSTH, just fucking kind of pull inspiration from the environments that we saw in those.
That would require Sega of Japan acknowledging anything created by the Western fiction.
Yeah, this is the thing, is, like, at the end of the day, I just want Sega of Japan to loosen their fucking vice grip, and just be like, hey, here's an American-made Sonic game that fucking pays tribute to America. This is the American Sonic.
Just embrace all the franchise and stop pretending you know everything, because you clearly don't.
Have a power-up where you can just run along with an American flag. He's just running with it. And rather than the goalpost, rather than the fucking goalpost, just whacks the fucking American flag down and stands next to it and salutes. Have the fucking opening title theme just be the American national anthem, but in 16-bit.
What we should do is just go back and play Socks the Cat, the game that starred the cat of former President Bill Clinton.
And Buzz Lightyear.
There you go.
But you could also like have like Shadow the Hedgehog be playable with his fucking NRA emblazoned fucking rifles.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I really want a Sonic America game now. I don't even need it to be Greg Martin, I just want it to be Sonic in America.
I too want Sonic Adventure 2 again.
You just want the New York level from Sonic Unleashed, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but that with a fuck ton more Maria Robotniks in it.
All right. We'll tell you what. Let's move on to the last little bit of news here, because we're just kind of dwindling like idiots here. I'm gonna pull this from Nintendo Life. Sonic Frontier sales greatly exceeded expectations. This is from Liam Doolin. Sega took Blur in a bold new direction last year with its release of the Open Zone Adventure Frontier. Blah blah. Sega Sammy has now spoken about the game's reception and sales success in a Q&A with investors, revealing the latest entry has greatly exceeded the original sales estimation. Frontiers is expected to continue to sell over the long term as well, with the assistance of discounts and updates in the form of DLC. While it had a mixed reception from critics and supposedly didn't achieve Sega Sammy's desired Metacritic score, the company was happy to have a title that was still widely accepted by fans. It believes it can use this to build on the success of Sonic moving forward. Sonic Team feels the same way. We have a quote here. We believe we have found a title that is widely accepted by a lot of people around the world, and the number of units sold greatly exceeded our original. So exactly what they just said there. So long and short of it, Sega's talked to the investors. They're really proud of how Frontiers is doing. So regardless of my nitpicking or anybody else's, we're going to get more of this. And I am hoping, fingers crossed, this means more open zone more than anything else, because I think that's proven to be the winning thing here. Like the new things brought to the table with Frontiers, I feel are the most celebrated. I don't know if I'm wrong there. My
key takeaway is that I'm relieved to hear that Sega Sammy's desired Metacritic score is above 71.
Their expectations are not as high as ours.
We want good reviews this time. But, like, I'm happy with what I'm hearing. More like Sonic Frontiers, please. Just in terms of that structure. And that doesn't mean, make it the exact same quality as before, because I'm always going to be more critical of something the second time around. I'm always going to expect a little more the second time around. But ultimately, if I have as much fun as I had with Sonic Frontiers, I'm not going to feel like I've wasted my money, like I did with Sonic Forces, hence why I bought it 3 times. But, fucking, yeah. I mean, the other news is that, were you going to get to the other thing that came from that interview?
No, that's all I read from that article. If you want to go ahead.
In that same interview, they said that they would be increasing the budget of future titles to kind of match more kind of the standard of where games are at today. To make a game in the modern climate is a bigger expenditure, so they are increasing the budget on Sonic games going forward.
Wow, they're increasing the budget for their flagship franchise. That's crazy.
Good job, Sega Sammy. And hey, I noticed you tied your shoes this morning. Good going, man.
It's insane, right?
Imagine Disney being like, guys, we're finally gonna pump money into Mickey Mouse.
I mean, legit though, Gilly though.
No, but to be fair, it's
when's the last time you watched it? When's the last time you watched a Mickey Mouse thing?
A Mickey Mouse thing?
Yeah,
pumping money into Mickey Mouse.
They've got that fucking Flash animation looking shit that they got going on right now, which is obviously cheaper to produce.
I mean, it's a funny fucking show,
but even then,
but the mouse isn't the mouse isn't making the most money for the mouse, is what I'm saying.
Marvel is.
So in that perspective, I'm like, oh no.
No, but the thing is, he already did.
Wow.
There was a time where he did, and
now he doesn't need to, because he can just sit there and he makes money for them.
Now Sonic
just by existing
need to, because he can just sit there and just make money for them, by just existing.
It doesn't happen,
Sega's really obsessed with their home country, and there's a reason why Yakuza does as well as it does.
See, this is why all patriotism is bad.
All of it.
No, I do believe all patriotism is bad.
That's why you want Sonic with the American flag.
Yeah, no, but that's funny. I want it to laugh.
Imagine taking the character that is the fucking tent pole of your company and being like, let's not use too much money on this one.
No, there's lots of companies that do this, to be fair. Like fucking the BBC. They're like, oh, no one's watching Doctor Who these days. Let's not invest any money in it. But
I mean, to be fair, there's usually other revenue streams they could bring in. What's insane to me right now is the Sonic movies are happening, and there's a whole new cartoon, and everything's doing great for them, franchise wise. So why wouldn't you bump up money here? But at least they're doing it, right? We're in the good future.
And then it's here you go. They're finally doing Sonic movies, and people are like, oh, they're actually good. Look, they made a Sonic game. They made a Sonic game that's actually good. And then Mario's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, but I want to know desperately what the budget for Sonic Frontiers was and what the average budget for a video game is. Because, take into account, the main Starfall Islands are mostly made of bought assets off of asset libraries. And then the actual fucking cyberspace stages are entirely repurposed shit. And this was made over the course of, 3-4 years of development with a team...
We need to consider pandemic is in there too.
With a pandemic, but also with a team of, I think, 60 or so developers. I really want to know what the budget of this game actually was. Because as much as I love Sonic Frontiers, it feels like it was made in a fucking empty room with cobwebs, and they just had a box of things to just pick out. I was like, what can we use here? And in some ways, I kind of like it for that. I kind of... It's like the fucking, fucking Iron Man Mark 1 suit of Sonic games in a way, It was built in a cave with a box of scraps.
Well, that's my problem with these games. Like I said, it feels like every game is their first game.
No, but the thing is, I'm saying, for a game to be this fun as well, I don't want to encourage it, but I kind of like it in a weird perverted.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what you idiots like with 06 and all that shit. You like that weird janky. Oh, there's still fun in it too. I'm down for those. I'm down for that shit on occasion.
Whoa!
Not with a long-standing franchise like this.
Whoa!
Certified nobody said do Do we know that the budget was unreasonably low? If it wasn't,
then what the fuck?
That's worse.
I mean, they literally had an Ikaruga minigame for the final boss.
If the budget wasn't low and this is still what we got, they need some new fucking people.
Yeah,
I think it's very telling. I think the free DLC is very telling. Like they want to keep that staff around because like, oh, hold up, before we disband all you guys, let's keep you around. You can finish your ideas now. I'm very curious to see what happens after the new characters come out.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see like what kind of game we're going to have with Sonic Frontiers after 2023 is up, because we're being teased with things like, obviously we got like the new characters and stuff confirmed, but we're being teased as well with things like new movement styles for Sonic, fucking a new final boss and all that shit, you know? Like, I don't think it's going to miraculously change the cyberspace level themes or make the platforming look a bit more diegetic to the fucking open zones, but, like, it's gonna be a bit of a different game after this year is up. Unless you just cancel everything, can you imagine?
Yes.
I'm curious. And I could imagine
Yes,
that.
I can imagine.
I do wonder though. I mean, like they have to have something that's been in the pipeline for a while now outside of Frontiers. Do you think there's any truth to our good friend Zippo? Any of the rumors of that 2D game? Like I always feel like there's got to be a secondary Sonic game in the works somewhere with Sega.
I'm gonna be honest, Zippo actually did a really fucking good job at predicting Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, it's Sonic Origins Plus.
If you look back and you piece everything together, like, he actually hit the nail on the head in a lot of regards. I remember the point where I was just saying out of pure cope, oh, I don't believe what Zippo says, because Zippo was saying that Cyberspace was all Generations themes. So I remember when the leaks started coming, I was like, oh, fuck. But, like,
I'm wrong for a lot of it. Like, the first major leak was from 4chan that nailed the game completely.
Yeah. So, like, fucking... There is a possibility that maybe what he's talking about is Sonic Origins Plus. Like, fucking Gilly was probably joking. But, like... I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm listening, alright? I'm listening, Zippo. If you're out there, Zippo, I'm listening.
You're listening. You're staying in your lane.
Flourishing.
I'm gonna assume he's got a friend at Sega, but he doesn't have a friend at Sega of Japan. That's my assumption.
He's got a friend in me if he keeps up with the good leaks.
I don't know. I don't like leaks a whole lot.
I don't like leaks when they get people fired that shouldn't be fired, because that is a thing that actually does happen.
You know, sometimes I'm also down to just be excited. Sometimes I just want to be excited from an announcement.
As opposed to trying to, like, peel back the curtain every single time there's even, like, the slightest bit of something.
Just find out things that really break my heart.
Crumb of smeg.
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, all of our negativity aside, or whatever. Gilly, are you excited for the next Sonic game?
Sure. I don't like getting excited because then I get disappointed. So I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than be like, oh, I can't wait to see what they do next, because I can wait to see what they'll do next.
That's fair.
And then Gilly will die one day before the release date, and it turns out that, in fact, no, he could not wait until they release next.
Guys, they're making Sonic 2 too.
Is that not just Sonic 4 when you think about it?
Oh, that's sad. You know what I just noticed for the first time? Looking at this tweet here, the background for Sonic for episode 2, those two columns make a Roman numeral 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally, I know, I was the first to notice that, actually. I noticed it immediately. I noticed it before I was even fucking born.
I'm really proud of you, Pup.
I noticed it when I was conceived in the back of a Ford Focus.
What?
I don't know.
Did your parents just sit you down and tell you how you were made specifically?
Nah, I just made that shit up. I don't think they ever.
So why did you tell me all that? Oh.
No,
which is exactly how they talked to you about it too. They made that shit up.
My childhood was a Ford Mondeo, and it was like a cherry red. I wonder if I was conceived in that. I don't want to think about it though, you know. I don't want to picture it. Like two fucking great bulldozers fucking slap it. Anyways, is everyone still there? Why are you going so quiet?
Because I'm super excited about my discovery, so I can't wait for a bunch of people to tell me, yeah, obviously.
You're super excited about Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Tweet!
Like me, I am also excited about Sonic 4 Episode 2. I can't wait.
Pup, you are excited about...
What if the takeaway really was like, oh yeah, no, we're definitely working with Dimps again. Let's go make episode 3.
You know what? I would respect it, but I would be like, what the fuck you doing?
I mean, just genuinely the courage of them to finish that up would be yeah.
I know
like,
that,
I see you, Sonic. I respect that.
I know that Wayne really hates the end, so I'm gonna change the backdrop to something that Wayne actually does like.
Do you hoping that'll bring him back home?
I'm hoping that he'll come back to the show, yeah.
Do you need Wayne to be the prodigal son? He did come back once before.
He did. He came back, and I came. Alright, on
his back.
Stop.
Super chats.
Stop it. Yeah, so in conclusion, in regards to the main topic, I'm fine with them putting 2D sections in 3D games, as long as when we get the next Mania game, they put 3D sections in the 2D stages.
I'm not.
Makes it fair.
That's what we call special stages.
The thing is, I tweeted about this, and someone was saying, I see that and raise you Sonic Colors. Nah, fam. Nah. Sonic Colors is my ultimate piece of evidence, alright? You can't just retroactively call that a 2D game. That was our 3D Sonic game for 2010, and that thing has fucking 70% 2D. So, Sonic Mania 2, 70% 3D. It's only fair, it's only right, make it happen. Sonic Team, if you learn one thing from this, I want 3D sections in the 2D games. Alright?
We need Pup helming the development of at least one Sonic game just so we can see what kind of fire is made.
You know what? If they made... I'm sorry, Pup. That's been the thing since Sonic 2, buddy.
No, I'm not talking special stages. I'm talking main gameplay.
Yeah, it's still basically...
I want the camera
I'm sorry,
perspective to
boost
change.
levels are basically been special stages ever since they showed up.
Give me the camera perspective changing. Here, I tell you what, though. If they did put me in charge of fucking Sonic Mania 2, you know what? You know what I'd fucking do? I'd give it a hub world. And it would be like the Sonic world from Sonic Jam, but better. And you could go to little levels through little portals in that. And the levels would be no shorter, no less than what they were before. It's just a new element in there, you know? Just a new element. Add to things. Don't reduce them, add. Always add. Always build. See, you like that idea. You like that shit, don't you?
I mean, I like it, but objectively, it's just wasting your time.
No, I can hear your cock rising. I can hear it ruffling against your fucking feathers.
I would love it. I love wasting time and exploring 3D because that's what was amazing when games became 3D.
Yeah, wasting time is good. Games are supposed to waste time. It's what you're doing with a game. You procrastinate, you know?
For God's sakes.
You do it to get away from the crippling horrors of the real world.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Whatever. For episode 1. Can we? I know we got this in the Discord server, but can we please have an episode where we just act as though it's coming out soon?
Why?
Because it would just be really fucking funny. Like, that was my
Sonic 4 episode 1, just a week away.
Listen. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 1 was my childhood. Alright? That was me in my teen years.
I'm sorry.
Private school was mine.
Up there, try again.
Me in my early teens logging on to Skype to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 4 episode 1 with my friends at the time. I want to recreate this. I want to experience it again.
That's what this entire show is, Pup.
I was always trepidatious about Sonic 4 episode 1. Always.
I want to give you guys my childhood. The console war was so fun. It was so much fun.
But
they were in court with each other. It was amazing. Well, not you, Gilly. You piece of shit. Oh, man.
I like my childhood. I like Sonic. That was good shit. But,
Your childhood was Sonic only. You're fucking 12.
Oh Oh man, super chats.
Yeah, let's do super chats. So we begin with that Jordo, who sends $5. Sonic had a rough transition. Fuck! Sonic had a rough transition into Section 230 BBB. Section 230 is a scary thing, bro.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it while we were joking about Susan piecing out.
It's really shocking.
I didn't really.
I got to put a sad wahoo next to that just to.
Oh my fucking
So
God.
everyone knows. It's like my grandpa just died.
Yeah. From what Rain said in our little. Oh fucking Jesus Christ!
The fuck was that?
An interruption is what it was. This piece of shit. Sonic fan 1661 with $2. Who is excited for the Japanese Sonic X Blu-ray? We didn't talk about that.
It's probably not going to be available in my neck of the woods, so I'm just not even going to try and get excited about it because it's just, I can't have it. I can't have.
You can just.
I can't
order.
International shipping says otherwise, but okay.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking do that, alright? I don't want to wait for my dinner to get colder. I want to eat it now.
Blows ass.
Don't care how.
What the fuck? Are you guys excited? Are you looking forward to it? Are you
I'm probably gonna. I mean, I'm gonna have to review that show at some point.
a little titillated, little.
I'm not the biggest fan of Sonic X, but I respect them going out of their way to actually do this because the 4Kids dub is trash. So I'm probably gonna pick this up. This is
just put the UK version of the theme music on it, and I'll be happy.
I mean, I appreciate them. These guys went out of their way to bring The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog back on a really cool Blu-ray set.
Really
you know,
cool.
so
Really
yeah,
cool.
I'm probably gonna do that.
Yeah.
All right. Gilly.
Sonic fan 1661 with $2.
3D.
Gilly is the fourth member of Sunset City.
Third member. Get it right.
Is he a key member?
I'm the first member.
The third key member.
He's
There's
the
always
first
three key
member
members.
of the DK crew.
Who got demoted then? Is the question.
You just don't overthink it, pup.
I
Don't
overthink things.
Omega Mr. Salty. No,
No,
we're
that's
not on that one. I'm
no,
kidding.
Your phone. Are you stupid?
I know.
Are you
We're on
fucking-
Sonic Fan 1661. Thank you for the $2. Congrats on Ghost improving, Nick.
Thank you.
Whoa. Ghost,
Champion.
Ghost cannot fucking improve. Ghost is already perfect.
No, Ghost improved.
He
Nick.
proved me.
Oh,
Who rescued who, pup?
you still
Who
got.
rescued
In
who?
that case, you still got a long fucking way to go, Ghost. Come on, man.
He's not wrong.
You
Gotta kick them drugs.
You are Sonic, Nick. It's been like this all
I mean-
along. So-
I mean, look at the name. Take out the saw. There it is.
Oh,
There's the
that's-
truth.
That's so Nick.
Oh god, I'm gonna jump
Do
into
you?
that.
Oi, 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 oi.
Jesus, that's a noise. I don't ever do that again.
Oi, oi, oi.
There it is.
Please
then
stop
he did it
whatever that
again.
is. Whatever you're doing has got to not be done.
Oi, oi,
You sound like an orgasming guinea pig. No.
No, we're done.
What the fuck?
Nope.
We're
like
done.
an orgasming guinea pig would be like
You
somehow
don't know. No, we don't
transitioning.
need.
You gotta
we don't need
transition from the
accuracy.
squeal to the
We
moan,
need you to
know?
calm down. No, we're done.
Did you know though that's how they actually got the sound effect for Sonic jumping was by recording a guinea pig?
No, they didn't.
They did. That is how they did it. That's exactly how they did it. I'm telling you. Look it up.
Yeah, guinea pigs
I mean,
classically
he
sound like.
just grabbed that. He just pulled that out of nowhere to do that. Was impressive.
Yeah, it was just like
Yes,
how
you-
they pulled the guinea pig out of nowhere for the recording. I guess.
Yeah,
Who's
just
fucking
like-
next to its pup.
Just like me.
Whose
how
turn is it?
I spent a
It's
whole
Pop.
I spent a whole afternoon pulling guinea pigs out of my anus.
Pup. Just take the next super chat.
Take the shot.
Take the bloody shot, Mr. Bond.
Take the shot, devil.
Watch and learn.
Watch
I think somebody just knocked at my door. I'll be right back.
Otis Who could it be knocking at my door? Otis Small sends $5. Says
Dollar.
a dollar bill. Hey y'all, your boy here. I'm glad your dog is cancer free too. No, wait, let me try that again. I'm glad your dog is cancer free. Too bad dogs aren't allowed to use MRI machines, but hey, fucking hell, cats get... Fuck off. Fuck off. Leave now. Leave immediately.
That's perfect. All right. Pup, I swear to fucking God. That noise.
Go on,
Why?
Gil. Go on, Gillatron.
Lost JamH with $5.
Somebody with a clipboard. I'm not gonna pick
All right,
it up.
then Nick, you're up with us, Jam H. Then Burger.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I quote, 2D or not 2D? That is the question. A favorite by Willahog, Shakespin Dash.
Bless your heart. That was
My favorite quote.
That was a disaster, but that was great.
Disaster.
Disaster artist, and then followed by Watchmen tonight
Watchmen
on BBC
disaster.
One. Welcome back to ITV2, where you can tune into Watchmen,
Watchmen.
followed by the disaster artist. And Gilly, you're up.
Lost JamH. $2. No, bring the 2D. I want to enrage those to leave.
Then put 3D in the 2D.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Be right back.
What was that? No! Turn into a he turned into a fucking otter at the end of it.
If we ever get a modded game, I want to do this someday because we talked about it in Portland, if you remember. Like if somebody modded a Sonic game with us in it, like that's how Gilly dies.
No, it's got to be his jump sound effect. You just go.
And yours will be an actual guinea pig.
But it needs to end with like a guinea pig moan. I'm still fucking standing by that. Do guinea pigs actually moan? Come to think of it,
I don't want to know.
I can't say I've done the research,
the
Bob.
tortoises make a sound akin to moaning, but it's really just the sound of air escaping from their little throat pipes. You know.
Yeah, I do know. Thank you.
Who said that I
know.
was just talking to you, Nick? There's more people in this room than just you, Nick. Okay, Nick?
Yeah,
Nick?
and the other ones don't want to hear about it either. Way past Cool Kid. Thank you for the $1.99. Interesting crossover. 2D Sonic, not even Banjo.
I forgot. You don't get to read it until I burger it. But then there's the giant ones that are like, ugh. It's fucking horrifying.
I've heard.
The fuck are these Banjo-Kazooie sound effects?
Yeah, that's Banjo-Kazooie sound
Actually,
effects,
they
yeah.
use those to make Velociraptor honks.
I wonder what
Whose turn
parrots
is it?
sound like when they're fucking like.
I don't.
I don't imagine a lot of animals make noises. I imagine they just flap a lot, get their thing done, and carry on.
Aiden F sends $5. 2D and 3D together is a horrible, loveless marriage where they stay for the kids but just need to get a divorce.
Watchmen.
You ain't kidding.
Damn. Damn, Aiden.
Nick?
All right. Go, Kenji.
Burger HD.
Oh, God. Thank you, Kenji. I really hate the 2D how it is in Frontiers. Nothing brings me more fun than open world than stuck in a 2D part.
Nothing brings me more fun in an open world than being stuck in a 2D part. You fucking geriatric man. Go put your glasses back on and get your cataracts sorted immediately.
I don't think he can get his glasses back on. My cat broke them.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking fair shout, that. Alright, well, Suris, you're up. No, Gilly.
My Gilly's back.
Gilly.
Where am I at?
Ah!
Where's Burger?
I didn't put burger, I put
You're gonna crash.
What did you put?
ah!
Oh. No.
Stop making me do it.
Giorno with
I got neighbors.
Giorno with $2 Republican dollars. Most platforming parts in Chaos
it's
didn't
not what
need
it
to be
said.
2D.
It's not what it fucking said, is it?
Just let him finish the super chat, man.
Read it properly.
Most platforming parts in Chaos didn't need to be 2D.
Most platforming parts.
Oh, I can't see.
I didn't see that.
Sorry, I had something literate in my head.
I love the platforming sections.
My favorite.
Suris?
Thank you, Go Kenji. Thank you for the Canadian francs, whatever the fuck we're calling them. I don't remember anymore. I don't care. If Sega Mabe use Unreal 5 now without a 3D to 2D build in, we get a real 3D game.
Be nice, wouldn't it?
I don't know if changing engines would do that. I mean, it comes down to the intention of the developer more than anything else.
Also, you can, to be fair, put a 3D to 2D engine in Unreal, to be fair. So it would be possible. But, like...
Unreal's... It has specific things that work better for it compared to other ones, but at the end of the day, it's a very versatile engine from my understanding.
Yeah, there's lots of Sonic fan games that are made in Unreal Engine 5. And some of them do actually have the 3D to 2D sections in there. So it just depends if you want that or not, you know? But me, to quote my favorite Hungry Pumpkin, no, I don't want that.
All right, is it my turn?
No, it's not. No, it's mine. Giorno up with 2... Remove Sonic's speed cap and make him a marble. Hell fucking yeah, you ain't fucking shitting, Giorno.
Do you know he's not
environment he's made for him?
No, but again, Nick, I've been over this. Play some mods. You'll find that he works just perfectly still with the speed cap removed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely. That's how we should do it. Wait for the mods to sort the game out.
But that's what I'm saying, is they should do it in that case. All I'm saying is, it will work with the environments that they have. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah. Oz Jam H with $5. In the fairness of Sonic Team, most of the time their team changes a lot. Compare the team of Forces to Generations, but what do I know? That's why I keep saying the most consistent problem is leadership.
The most consistent problem is inconsistency when you think about it. Whoa. But also, fucking... Remember how they just straight up completely barefaced lied when they said that Forces was brought to you by the team that brought you Colors and Generations?
Well, that's why so many people are selling themselves on the developer team name more than anything else. That's why we were talking about Dimps, as if it's the same folks that made Sonic Advance working on the next Sonic game. I mean, even if they were brought back, it's probably still the same leadership. I doubt the same folks are working the same jobs that they did back in 2001.
I guess it also depends on their business culture, though, because I know that Sega, their business culture is, this game here got a Metacritic score of only 72. Right,
guys.
You're fired, you're fired, you're fucking fired, you're fired, you're fired. Actually, what was the point of this game?
What?
I think I gotta go.
What?
Fucking dare you?
He's got to go.
You gotta go piss? You can go piss.
No, he has to leave.
You got to shit?
Gilly, thank you for hanging out with us today, you beautiful man.
Of course.
Enjoy evacuating your bowels and watching.
Since I'm leaving, Pup, I guess you can talk double.
No!
Oh, hell yeah. He's enabled
don't
it.
Do that!
He's enabled
Why
it.
Why would you enable him?
God damn it.
Bye!
God damn it.
Okay, Suris.
No.
Suris. You
Look, here's the thing.
are up with the next super chat.
No, I'm not done with this. Like, the only comparison I'm going to make with folks here, because, like, I'm getting kind of tired of the same team didn't do this or that and the other. Like, yeah, but, like, if the Patriots won the Super Bowl in 1988, like, you're still going to talk about the Patriots like it's the Patriots, even if they have a different coach or they have a different, group of men throwing the ball around and shit like that. Like, that's what they mean. Like, that's what they're selling it on. And, like, we're being a little silly if we think otherwise. So there. That's my only point.
Suris, you are up.
He's still doing it.
Burker.
I just want to die. Mighty Invincible, thank you for the $9.99. Okay, well, to get my 2 cents in, everyone keeps bringing up Chaos Island and hating 2D just because it's 2D. To me, it was egregious because it took a hammer to the exploration and freedom. I don't think any of us said we didn't like it because it's 2D.
I did. Fuck 2D.
Another stellar game opinion from Channel Pup.
Look, for $9.99, I will validate your opinion. Fuck you. Like... I said that now. I am now the one that said that, okay?
Yep. You are the one that cooks the microwave meals.
I am. What's that even a reference to?
Breaking Bad.
I figured, but I didn't know. What? Damn. Alright, anyways. Damn. Okay, so, OzJamH sends $2. Burger. There is no perfection. Only big drip and big moon. You ain't fucking shitting. Thank you for the $2.
Big purple moon. Big purple moon. Hang on, I'm grabbing a super chat. There might be a couple more I have to throw in here. We'll see after I read this. All right. So OzJamH with $5. Thank you. All right. Enough talk. No drinking of fecal matter or pickle on boigas. With a side of milk, drink gamer juice when you need to rant about blue rats.
This feels like an advert for the worst fucking restaurant ever.
The microwave meals.
Bub's Burgers.
I am the one who knocks.
Suris.
From Kokenji, again with Canadian whatever the fucks. Thank you for the 5 of them. I got back to PS Phantasy Star Online 2, and oh man, when Phantasy Star Open World is more fun to parkour than a Sonic game. Oh.
Doubt. Crimson Rose, with $2, Burger, says, give me Sonic Odyssey. I mean, fucking hell yeah, man. Fucking Sonic Odyssey would be fucking good shit, man. Good shit. Like, because fucking Mario Odyssey was good shit. A fucking Sonic Odyssey. I mean, we're close to having a Sonic Odyssey. You know what we need, though, is, like, with Odyssey, one of the most memorable parts of that is, like, slap bang in the fucking middle of the game, they throw you a party.
I'll be right back. I need to get my dog in.
Okay.
No.
We need something like that for Sonic. We need, like, a slap bang in the middle of the game, they throw you a fucking massive party. That would be great.
There you go.
Nick.
All right, can you burger me?
You've been burgered.
Oh my god. All right, Crimson Rose with $5. Thank you. What about a 2D, 3D game add 3D to 2D sprite gameplay, which Pup joked about? Genuinely, I would be fine with it. I think it'd be really cute seeing that old school Genesis style.
You wouldn't end
like
up
making
with,
that transition.
You'd end up with something pretty close to what I imagine like Sonic Robo Blast. Or Sonic Robo
Yeah,
Blast
I
2,
agree.
whichever one is which, but like that's a sick
At that
game.
point, you're getting you're getting fun, creative art styles in the mix there, and I'm down with that. That's something new. It's something unique.
That game's fucking goated. I can't remember. There was someone that did like a How I Want to Fix Sonic Forces video, and he was saying if the Phantom Ruby is like merging universes together and stuff, they should have had it so that when you're running through Green Hill Zone, there are certain elements of the stage that are just pixelated, where it's like bursting open and like the pixel version is just bursting through it. But again, that is far too fucking ambitious for Sonic.
Yeah.
Would be amazing though. That would be good shit. That would be fucking good shit, man.
It'd be fun shit.
Shit, man. That would be good.
Is this just the two of us?
Just the yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, for
Never mind.
fuck's sake! I was enjoying the intimacy. So
I'm sure you were.
then, in that case, you are up, Suris, with Staunch Devo. Burger.
With Staunch Devo?
Yeah, Staunch Devo.
You mean Devin McCann?
Staunch Devo. He could take on the fucking military.
Okay, sure, whatever. Devin McCann, thank you very much for the $1.99. How much money are you at today? I don't know.
I didn't fucking count. But if
We
did.
appreciate it though, so we can pay our car insurance.
We have made
is true.
$1.99. Thank you.
As of this tweet. It's not a tweet. What the fuck am I doing?
So, Go Kenji Burger sends 2... Oh man, I was supposed to be the one that knew what that was, but it sends 2. 2D game with cartoon look, do it. Yeah, no, like, at the end of the day, pixel art has its place, but it's like, I would be so game to see, like, a Sonic game with the art style of, say, Sonic 2 HD, the fan game, or there's one called Sonic Freedom, where it takes on the art style of, like, the fucking, I know people don't want to call them Toei animations anymore, the Junio animations, so... yeah, something along those lines would be sick. You don't have to always cling on to the same art style, be it modern or classic.
Now, Triple Jazz just deserves full-time artwork in general because his stuff's insane.
Who's that one? What did he do?
He made Sonic Freedom.
Oh hell yeah! Okay, yeah, he ain't kidding.
Yeah. All right, Mr. SP with $10. Thank you. Dimps can't stand up on their own anymore. They don't believe in solid ground.
Oh
Dimps, more death pits.
I was wondering where that was going. I thought this was going to be like this serious fucking statement about the state of Dimps as a business.
They're a company that does a lot of pickup work to stay in business, and they make solid, competent things, but they've never had like a out of the ballpark home run win game, at least from this list I'm seeing.
Speaking of Dimps, Sonic 4. So fucking Staunch Devo bloody sends us $9.99 and says, "Come on everybody, get you wallets out. Let's break the host today with our donations." Oh my god, Devo, you are truly fucking staunch. You could take on the entire Australian military. You could. And I want to see
I appreciate it because tax season is now.
Tax season
so here's more money to tax.
Yeah, that's true.
Get taxed, idiot.
More money, more problems. All right. OzJam H.
No. Not you.
What?
Suris.
Wait.
Didn't you just read one, Pup?
Yeah, Suris.
Pup, if you read it...
up. Wait.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, no. I was looking at the order we're in on the studio, but that's not my name. I'm not called that.
So you're done talking. You're done. OzJam H, $5. No. Make the 2D physics worse. Art is 3D Blast. And make Sonic talk, but in its schoolhouse voice. Oh, and to appeal to Green Man, add Chipmunk Puss.
That's literally just Sonic Blast, but with fucking talking in it.
There's a whole conversation on my stream last night about furries, and Nick kept getting brought up repeatedly.
Why?
Because of Sally Acorn. What do you think?
Why are you talking about Sally Acorn on a live stream, you freak?
There's like active proud furries out there that are like actual furries. I just make jokes about one chipmunk.
Yeah,
okay,
right,
and they have adopted you.
Yeah, and I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm a monster. If it's hot enough, I don't care what it is. I'll do it.
Just as long as it's above the age of consent, Nick.
I'm not about to box myself. I mean, those furry costumes look like super uncomfortable. I don't get it.
Anyway, sir, it's burger.
Kevin McCann, thank you very much for the $4.99. Would an American Sonic game start Mohawk Sonic?
Yes. To answer,
I mean, yeah, obviously.
To answer the question, like, because like I was saying earlier, how I'd like a USA-based Sonic game. Hell yeah, it would star Mohawk Sonic, and put him in special stages.
You think Sally has a wet nose?
I want to see how fucking weird he looks from behind. You got wet something if you're doing it right. You know how it is.
Oh, I do know how it is. Oh, I do know how it is.
Who's up? Is it me? Am I up?
Yeah.
Okay. Burger. Go, Kenji! Sends 5... Critics always praise the cyberspace over the open world. Yeah, they do. But, as I said...
They're stupid.
As I said in a recent video of mine, gaming journalism is not a real career, so shut the fuck up, Stuart. Anyways...
Fucking amazing.
Nick, you're up.
God.
Devin McCann, $1.99, thank you. Sega can finally make Fighters 2. Hot damn. What we've all been waiting for.
I need someone to edit a compilation of every Stuart roast so we can send it to Stuart for the episodes he hasn't watched.
Okay.
I'm not.
Pup just wants people to do work for him for free is what, what I hear.
That's what I'm hearing, yeah.
Yes. Money.
Oh my god.
All right. Is it my turn? No, I just did one.
Yeah,
no, it's me. Lucky Kuzu 94. Thank you very much for the $5. Anytime Sonic does something good, Mario always hows how it can be great.
I'm sure you meant to say shows.
To be
I
honest,
know, but reading it as written is much funnier.
The idea of Mario always setting the bar that Sonic needs to find a way to rise up to. It's a nice idea. I just need Sonic to rise up to it more regularly, I guess.
That was the whole point of Sonic. That was the whole point.
Yeah, well...
Oh, wow, he's a Gungan now.
Oh, moi.
Jesus Christ.
So is it me?
All right.
Is it me you're looking
Yeah.
for? Okay. Burger. Also, Jam H sends $2. Love the bad Sonic game so that Nixer gets enraged. Fuck, I fucked that up horribly. Never mind. Fuck Jar Jar. Yeah, so that Nick gets enraged.
I think Nick's just tired now.
I'm just gonna love them harder. Yeah, that's a point. Where's that Sonic 06 disc? I've got an appendage I need to destroy.
Oh, whatever. I don't give a shit. My dog's alive.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Hell fucking yeah. He ain't kidding.
Devin McCann with $1.99. Thank you.
HD.
Sonic Frontiers 2, The Metal Virus. That'd be a sick game. That'd be a sick game.
Virus.
That'd be
sick.
so fucking good.
It's fucking funny.
That would be a rad video game. I'd be down with that.
Suris, you're up with Staunch Devo Burger.
Devin McCann, thank you for the $1.99. Do you mean Wallace? We mean Wallace when we mean to mean Wallace.
I mean Wallace.
He always means
Remember
Wallace.
that time we had a poll asking people what Wayne's name is, whether it was Wayne or Wallace, and Wallace won?
Yeah.
I'm sure Wallace remembers.
There's a fucking tongue twister, that. Oz,
All right.
Oz Jam H sends $2. Pup and Nick. Furries in a nutshell. Chussie Pat. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's a teenage mutant.
Oh,
Chussie.
man. Look, man, like, I think the Ninja Turtles saved me from a grim fate. Because, yeah, there was Sally, but before that, there was April O'Neil. My goodness. It's amazing yellow's not my favorite color. You know what I mean? Fives? Anybody?
Yellow is
No?
the color you want to remove from her. Yellow is the color keeping you from seeing her body. Why would you like yellow?
control that banana.
You need help. Let's get to the... Nick, you've got Mr. SP.
I know what I got, Suris!
Yeah, it's fucking Squades.
You've got Mr. SP next. Mr. S Penis.
That's misdirect penis with 2.7 or wait 1.7. Oh God.
Want a specific amount of money to send to the
We
shop.
appreciate it. We appreciate it though.
It's a specific amount though.
Maybe they should have. Shut up. Maybe they should have. Wait. Maybe they should save the 2D ideas for a 2D game. Yeah. Just don't let Sonic Team make it.
You mean to tell me that you want the 2D level design from Frontiers in your next Mania game?
I'm gonna...
I would rather
games have done that though.
That we got
games
in Sonic Mania.
have done that. I do remember, like, what I think it was like one of the Ninja Turtle games, those mediocre ass games based off the 2003 show. Then they did the spin-off game like Melee or something like that, and all it was just like this basic ass multiplayer game with the shitty controls, except it's a multiplayer game. They do that on occasion. Like the next Crash Bandicoot game is some random ass mini games that nobody wants, for God's sakes. So don't joke too hard. They might do it. They might just fucking do it. That sounds like a Sega thing.
Who's up?
It's me with Where's Arnold. Pup keeps making more random. Pup keep making more random noises. No,
don't mind if I do.
I need to let. I will mute him. God damn it! I want to go lay down, and Pup is over here pretending to be a fucking Star Wars deep lore character.
That's actually my impression of
deep
an angry octopus.
Deep lore. Deep lore. It's one of the main movies, man.
Staunch Devo.
Do you think every single thing he has done is from the Gungan race? I don't know half those noises.
The fucking noise is actually my impression of an angry octopus.
Yeah, a Gungan. Got it.
That's his poopy time noises.
It's the sound of the
I want to hear that sound.
That's his impression of Suris's asshole.
I want to hear that sound with the sound of a bunch of soft pebble rocks fucking hitting a bowl of water.
I really... God, I need to go, you
Suris
fuckos.
poo cam confirmed. Nick!
All right,
Stop
Xavier
making such
Fortin
silly noises.
with 2.79
Xavier
Californians.
Farting.
Fucking hell, pup.
It's not funny anymore.
It's very
We're
funny.
gonna sit you down. Pup, when he sees a super chat.
Go on, say it. Go on. I'm not gonna say it. One of you needs to say
I actually
it.
do want a burger. I actually do want one
One
now.
of you
I'm
needs to say it. I'm
hungry.
not gonna say it.
Burger.
There are 6 of us, not 5.
See, I was hoping that if I did it, we could just keep fucking going. That's what I was hoping for.
That's what she said. So.
Suris, God damn it.
Yeah,
Read.
go on, Suris.
Super Andy ACS, thank you for the 10.
It's a trumpet, get it? He's gone!
It's just the noise. It's just the Discord. It almost sounds like a very cute fuck off.
Super Andy ACS, thank you for the 10 euros. 360 emulator Xenia recently got put on the... And... Nope. Okay, much better.
Just get it done.
Got put on the Xbox Series As if it's me. Xbox 360 emulator Xenia got put on the Xbox Series console by fans. Been playing Sonic 06 with improved loading times. Game is still broken as hell, but now I get to the glitchy chaos faster.
See,
good for you,
that's
Andy.
a nice, optimistic viewpoint. Oh, it's me, innit?
Yeah.
Ooh-yah! OzJam H sends $2. Sally, April, and Rafnig. Make it happen, artists. Who's Rafnig?
It's Raphael plus Nick.
Sucking on Raffy's toes.
I'm gonna give that girl salmonella. Mr. Krabs with $4.99. When Nick is given the chussy power, Nick, I have the power. Chussy man. What?
Oh. Suris, did he cut out for you too?
I don't even know what happened there.
Yeah, he just went, I feel! And then just fucking dipped. I guess he feels.
Did I cut out for you guys?
Yeah, you just went, I feel! And then nothing came from it.
I'm not gonna elaborate. We're gonna leave it at that.
Okay, cool. I think...
Suris.
Devin McCann, thank you for the $4.99. Cover of Archie Sonic 29, but replace Sonic with a smiling Nick and remove the robots.
What was Archie Sonic 29?
I don't remember Archie Sonic 29.
Look it up. This better be some hentai shit. 29, right?
Yeah.
Sally in a jar.
You ain't fucking kidding.
I'll take the robot too. Why not?
You know, the robot could be programmed to satisfy in a way that is
There you
better
go.
than the human version. Human? What the fuck am I saying?
Pop, are you just trying to slowly just tell everybody that you just prefer the pocket pussy over a real woman?
No, I'm just telling people.
Much better investment.
I'm just telling people I prefer Bender from Futurama.
Bender Bending Rodriguez.
Bite my shiny metal pussy.
Oh my god.
All right.
Guys!
Alrighty.
I think that's about enough show for one day. What do you think?
I think it's enough show for a week.
As per the usual, if you are a dumbass and put your super chat after the cutoff, it will be read next week. Dumbass. But thank you for the money.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Always throwing it in right after the like you literally
he
always
does
say
this on purpose, right? He's gotta be doing this. Oh no. Oh, this ain't good, guys. Oh jeez. Oh no, we gotta wrap this up quick, boys. Oh fuck. Oh man. Oh jeez. Oh god.
Suris, what are you doing?
Oh jeez. Oh god.
Going to lay down. That's what I'm doing.
Oh god.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Oh fuck.
I have old videos. Go find them. If you haven't seen it, go watch them. The ones with low view counts are the funniest, I promise.
Oh man. Oh Jesus God.
I'm actually not even kidding about that. I'm really proud of some of those low view count videos.
God damn it. Oh man. Oh Jesus. Oh fuck.
Pup, you
huh?
you doing anything?
Let me turn my audio back up again so that people can hear me properly. Yeah, I'm doing some shit. Yeah. Right. So we got some things. There is a video on my channel right now of my pitch for a Sonic Frontiers 2, and if they don't do it, they'll be stupid. Nick, you need to watch that video. I think you'd like my ideas. I think you would like my ideas. Suris, you fucking watch it anyway, prick. I've also got a video on the recent Flash trailer, which I'm completely switched up on. That movie looks good as fuck.
I'm excited for that movie, too.
I'm so fucking excited. That looked good. That went kind of hard. Like, that was good.
Do you want to talk about it in a post-show hangout with our patrons?
Well, is this just an every week thing now? But yeah.
I mean, if you're free.
Yeah, I think I would like that. I think that sounds like a really nice fucking idea. God, Nick. Yeah, I made a video talking about that, and next up, I'm going to have a video ranking the top 10 best and worst Sonic villains. There'll be some surprise faces. You'll really like them. I know that people really like my video on final Sonic bosses, so I figured, hey, one for villains could have a similar effect, right? Different list, but could still be popular. I don't care if you like that one, actually. I'm just here to suck up the ad revenue like a big old vacuum cleaner.
That's always a great incentive. Watch these things so I can have money.
No, really do it. Like, it's really funny.
Oh my god.
If I get rich, I'll become funnier. I will take comedy classes and learn to become the funny.
Hire writers.
Yes. I will
hire better writers for Channel Pup.
I will literally hire Larry David to write all of my videos. Oh yeah, I forgot Nick hates Larry David.
You know what? I know, like, genuinely, it was just years ago, and I just watched it, and I just wasn't in the mood for that type of humor. I don't still know if I am or not, but I have watched a couple of clips, and yeah, that show's pretty damn funny.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is god tier. Fuck
you can tell those actors are doing their best to make each other laugh and seeing who breaks first.
Yeah, fun fact. Did you know that they're entirely improvised as well? They'll have like
It's blatantly obvious it is, yes.
Oh, I guess the thing I've learned now is just don't write anything, just improv. Improv!
I mean, good for him. That dude's done a lot of work. He's had a pretty hefty career, and if he just wanted to do a show where he's just rambling,
yeah, why
good
not?
for him.
I mean, this is the guy that, you know, fucking wrote the early seasons of Seinfeld, you know? Fucking good shit, man. That's a good career.
Before we go, guys, we should also mention we do have a patron now available. We still haven't had anybody provide us with front-end questions. So if you want to join one of those tiers, you can have some say in topics. You can hang out in our Discord. You can hang out with us after the show, which we do a couple times a month. I don't know, whenever I'm free, I'd still like to hang out with you guys as often as possible. But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, you'll get one at least like once every 2 weeks, you know? Like, you know, at least that, you know? And if otherwise, you know, if we're sick or something, then maybe not, but like, you know how it is.
Yeah, we try as often as possible. So if you want to join me and Pup, at least, Suris, you going to be hanging out?
I gotta head out.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Yeah, if you want to hear us talk about...
Go. Leave. Go on.
Okay, bye.
The Flash trailer, then you can do that. I mean, it's in the show anyway.
He didn't eject himself.
Here
he is. Now he did it. Okay, right. All right, that time was his. No, Suris, come back. You need to promote what you're going to do next. Seriously.
You were rambling. You were rambling while I asked him what he was doing.
No, but I turned my volume down so that everyone could hear. Not for you guys, though. You guys have to hear it.
So,
I really want Suris back.
It's the end of the show.
I really want Suris back just to end it.
End the show.
I want him to. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the other voice call. You do whatever you want with this show.
All right. Hell yeah. All right. Solo episode. Let's do this.
Which one do we hang out in?
Nick,
this is Spring State.
Spring State. I'll give you a head start. I'll put you in there. They fucking there. All right. Solo episode now, everybody. You can stay here and talk to me, or you can go talk to Nick in Spring Stadium if you are a patron. For those of you who don't want to pay us money, though, I'm here for you. And now I'm not. Now I'm going to wrap up the show because I don't like doing this by myself. I don't have the confidence for this. Farewell, everybody. Oh my god.